Good morning, children. Welcome to class 7 science. Once again, I hope you all are safe and stay home. Children, in a previous video, we were discussing about chapter number 12, that is reproduction in plants. And in this chapter, we have discussed about sexual and asexual methods of reproduction. Okay, I hope you have done really well. You have learnt each and every term of this chapter. Now, children, in this video, we'll do the revision of this chapter by using concept map. Okay, the concept map, that is very interesting and very easy method to teach the reproduction in plants. Okay, so let's start the revision by using concept map. Okay, so children, reproduction in plants. Reproduction, you know very well, it is a biological process by which an organism produce another organism which are similar to itself. Okay, we have seen that in asexual methods the progenies are exactly copies of their parent, and in sexual reproduction they show some variation. Okay, so reproduction in plants, that is of two types. Number one, asexual. Number two, sexual. Okay, first we see the difference between sexual and asexual, then we'll move forward. Asexual, that is production of new plants without involvement of gametes. Okay, means gametes are not formed in asexual method and they will not fuse also. Okay, so we can say that in asexual methods gametes are not formed and not fused together. Okay, while in case of sexual reproduction the gametes are formed and they fuse together to form the zygote. Okay, second point, that is the production of new plants in asexual methods without seeds. Okay, means without seeds the new plants can grow in asexual method, while in sexual methods the new plants are grow with seeds. From seeds the new plants are grow. In asexual methods the progenies, the new plant, are exactly copies of their parent, but in sexual methods they show some variation. Okay, children, now see first asexual methods. Asexual method, as I told you, that is without the involvement of seed the new plant are grow. Okay, so basically three methods that we have in 7th standard syllabus. Okay, the first one, that is fragmentation. Okay, the first method, that is fragmentation. Children, in fragmentation the organism's body breaks into two or more fragments, and each fragments have the capacity and capability to grow into the new individual. Okay, this method is called fragmentation. Example of the fragmentation, that is Spirogyra. Children, Spirogyra basically found in the sea. Okay, second method, that is spore formation. Spore formation means the new plants are formed from the spores. Okay, the first of all spores are developed on the parent body, then due to the action of wind, water and insects these spores are spread into the land and the new plant can grow there. Okay, clear about spore formation, children? Example, mosses and ferns. The two examples are there, that is mosses and ferns. Okay. Now the third methods of asexual reproduction, that is vegetative propagation. In vegetative propagation, the new plants are formed through the vegetative parts. Okay, through the vegetative parts, the new plants are formed. Okay, so vegetative propagation, that is of two types. Number one, that is natural, and number two, that is artificial. Okay, so by two ways the vegetative propagation has become successful. Number one, naturally. Number two, that is artificially. Okay, so see first naturally, that is with the help of tuber in potato. So basically the eyes are present in the tuber, and from the eyes the new potato plant can grow. Bulb in case of onion, rhizome in case of ginger, and corm in case of gladulus in case of corm. Okay, clear? So this is naturally occurring method that we already discussed in the previous videos. Okay, today we are doing the revision only, so we are taking the quick revision in this video. If you want to see the detail about the natural and artificial methods, you see the videos on the YouTube. Okay, second method, that is artificial methods. In this, by cutting the stem or by blending down of branches, yeah, by stumping the stems of the two plants. Okay, or with the help of nutrient medium, the new plant can be grow in the laboratory. Okay, so basically tissue culture, that is important method of artificial, in which growing tiny pieces of tissues in nutrient medium. So basically we'll take the pieces of tissues and we provide the suitable environment in the laboratory in test tube, and the baby plant can grow from there. Okay, this method is called tissue culture. Okay children, so three methods that we discussed. Number one, that is fragmentation. Number two, that is spore formation. Number three is vegetative propagation. Now the second part of this chapter, that is sexual method of reproduction. Okay, so sexual, you know very well, it is with the help of seeds. The plants grow with seeds. And sexual, that is the gametes are formed and they fuse together, they form zygote. Okay, so see about sexual reproduction in plants. The sexual reproduction occurs in the flowering plants. Okay, the sexual reproduction occurs in the flowering plants, and flowering plants are known as the angiosperm. Okay, so the flowering plants, they have the flower, the two types of flower they have. First of all, see the parts of flower. Okay, so the two main parts of the flower, that is number one, stamen, number two, pistil. Stamen is the male reproductive organ, and pistil, that is the female reproductive organ. Okay, stamen further classified into the two parts, that is filament and anther, and in anther region the pollen grain are formed. Then we have seen that children, the pollen grain bear the male gamete. So male gamete that occur in the pollen grain. Okay, second pistil, that is female reproductive organ. they have the three parts. Number 1, stigma. Number 2, style. And number 3, ovary. Okay, stigma, style and ovary. And inside ovary, ovule are found. And inside ovule, the female gametes are formed. Okay, so the male gametes in the pollen grain and female gametes in the ovule. Okay, children, we are taking the quick revision because chapter we have discussed. So I hope you don't have any problem in the quick revision. Okay, so the male and female gametes, they fuse together and form the zygote, and the process is called fertilization, that we'll discuss. Okay, also, so about parts we have discussed the male and female parts of the flower, stamen and pistil. Okay, now the types of flower, the two types of flower is there. Number 1, unisexual flower. Number 2, bisexual flower. Unisexual flower are those flower they contain either stamen or pistil. Okay, means only one parts will present in the flower, either male or either female. So this flower is called unisexual. Okay, children. Now next, that is bisexual. Bisexual are those flower which contain both stamen and pistil. Okay, both stamen and pistil, that is bisexual flower. Okay, next one, that is a topic, pollination. Okay, pollination, that is the first step of the sexual reproduction, in which the transfer of pollen grain occur from anther to stigma. Okay, it is of two types, self-pollination and cross-pollination. Self, when the pollination occur in the same flower. Cross, when the pollination occur in the different flower of the same plant. Okay, so any problem regarding self and cross? Those children have problem regarding self and cross, you can see the previous video on YouTube. Okay, so the pollination that occur through the agents, and these agents are called wind, water and insects. Okay, clear, children? Now when pollination occur, the male gamete reach to the female gamete through the pollination, and after that the fusion of male and female gametes takes place in the ovule and they form zygote. This step is called fertilization. Okay, this step is called fertilization. See here, the fusion of male and female gametes that lead to the formation of zygote, then the fruits are formed and then seeds are formed. The fruits are developed from the ovary and seeds are developed from the ovules. Okay, clear about this, children? The fruits are formed, they originate from the ovary, and seeds that are developed from the ovules. Further, seeds grow and form new plant through germination. Germination, we have seen that, children, when the seeds are begin to grow into the baby plant. Okay, then the plant, this is germination, and the condition required for germination, that is water, air and favorable temperature. Okay, so this chapter we have discussed earlier, and today we have discussed this chapter by using concept map. I hope you have learnt each and every term of this chapter. Thank you.